Wait, before you decide anything about this car, there's something you need to hear. Because this isn't just another fast SUV story. There's a reason people who own it talk differently about driving afterward. Most cars try to impress you immediately. Loud numbers, big promises. This one plays a slower game, and that's exactly why it gets under your skin. At first it feels calm, almost too calm, like it's holding something back on purpose. And it is, you notice it the moment you settle in. Not excitement, control. The kind that makes you feel like the car already knows what you're about to do next. And here's the strange part. It doesn't beg for attention, it doesn't shout. It waits. People assume this car is about speed. That's the obvious answer. But speed is actually the least interesting thing about it, because plenty of cars are fast. Very few are confident. This one feels confident in silence. When you press down just a little, nothing dramatic happens. No chaos, just smooth pressure building, like a deep breath before a sprint. Then without warning, it's gone. Not aggressively, not violently, just effortlessly. And that's where the addiction starts. Because your brain can't quite process how something this comfortable can move like this. Your body stays relaxed, but your instincts wake up. Here's what people don't tell you. This car changes how you judge other vehicles. After a few days, everything else feels nervous, overworked, trying too hard. This one never feels rushed. You start trusting it in situations where you wouldn't trust most subs. Tight turns, quick lane changes, sudden decisions, it doesn't hesitate. And that confidence transfers straight to you. There's a moment, usually on an empty road, when you realize you're not driving it anymore. You're cooperating with it. Like it's reading your thoughts half a second early. And just when you think you've figured it out, it surprises you again. Because it can be gentle, shockingly gentle. Quiet enough that you forget what's under the hood, until you don't. The sound isn't loud by default. It's controlled, refined, but when it opens up, it doesn't scream, it growls. A deep, confident growl that doesn't need to prove anything. And that restraint makes it more powerful. You start to notice the little things. How stable it feels at speeds that would make other SUVs feel floaty. How planted it stays when physics says it shouldn't. It feels heavy in the right way. Solid, like it was carved out of one piece. This isn't a car built to impress passengers. It's built to impress the driver. And that's a very different philosophy. Every control feels deliberate. Nothing feels accidental. Nothing feels cheap. Even after long drives, you don't feel tired. You feel focused, like the car is carrying some of the mental load for you. And that's when it hits you. This isn't about luxury, it's about confidence engineering. Anyone can add screens, anyone can add leather. But making a vehicle feel trustworthy at any speed, that's rare. Here's the part most reviews rush through. This car doesn't get boring, that's the real danger. Fast cars often lose their magic once you get used to the speed. But this one keeps revealing layers. Different moods, different personalities. One day it's calm and responsible. The next day it feels like it's daring you to push harder. And it never feels out of place. City, highway, long drives. Short bursts, it adapts to you, not the other way around. You start making excuses to drive, not because you need to, but because you want to feel that connection again. And that's when you understand who this car is really for. It's not for people chasing attention. It's for people who care how something feels when no one is watching. It's for drivers who want power but don't want drama, who want performance but also want control. And here's the quiet truth. Once you experience this balance, it's hard to go back. Other SUVs feel confused after this, either too soft or trying too hard to be sporty. This one never tries, it just is. And by the time you reach the end of a drive, you don't step out excited. You step out satisfied, like you just finished a conversation that made sense. And that feeling, that calm, confident satisfaction is what keeps people coming back to it. Not the numbers, not the badge, not the noise. It's the way it makes you feel in between the moments. And once you notice that, you'll never listen to car reviews the same way again.